Welcome to the Vineet Loya show. The goal of this podcast is to share with you the information, knowledge, wisdom I acquired from various sources, like by listening to different podcasts, by reading different books, or even interacting with people in real life. Like every single one of you, my life is a collection of my experiences, and these experiences are sometimes insightful, sometimes even dumb. And I hope both of these help you in your personal life. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a while since my last episode. Sometimes different situations demand your attention, and that changes the priorities. I'm not saying that recording this podcast is not my priority, but there has been a lot of things happening in the past month or so. But I'm back, and this is my priority right now. I have amazing 2019 planned ahead. In the past month or so, I went to 10-day meditation. I took part in, quote, plant meditation gathering. And since January 1st, I've been doing intermittent fasting. I was checking out time-restricted fasting since few months, but like millions of people who perceive New Year as a clean slate, ready to be written with new habit or create a new pattern to improve their lives, I'm joining the trend. Okay, I know that resolutions have a purpose to give a fresh start. A reset to the old mindset. But most of the resolutions last for a few months at best. That's why my goal is to follow this diet for only 5 weeks and then reevaluate to see if it helped me. I personally find 5 weeks is optimum time to create a new pattern, a habit, if you will. It's not too short, not too long. You may ask why 5 weeks? Why not 4 weeks or 1 month? That's a fair question, and I believe everyone has to create or discover a process which works with their internal dialogue. For me, 5 weeks plan is a part of larger process. The larger process is not just to create time-limited projects, but at large develop the brain to think and act based on this process. Think and act based on patterns. Mindset patterns. The concept of mindset patterns is to use the brain's default mode in a way that helps us achieve our goal. The brain's default mode is to create or recognize patterns. It could be pattern of thoughts, patterns of behaviors, or patterns of actions. These patterns are created based on what the brain is fed. And if left undirected, these patterns turns into addiction. And if rightly directed, these patterns turns into skill set. And that's the primary challenge. To create a process which helps you to direct your time, energy, focus in the direction which helps your life. My process is to outline my goals in a 1 week, 3 weeks, and 5 weeks timeline. I call it an odd plan. Pun intended. Every week I define a weekly, 3 weekly, and a 5 weekly goal. And these goals could vary from going to Aikido class 3 times a week to traveling out of town within 5 weeks. I originally developed this process to stay in contact with my family. So I planned out to reach out to different people once a week or once every 3 weeks or once every 5 weeks. To be honest, this process seemed like a well-defined way to connect back with my old contacts as well as follow up with the new people I bring into my network. And now I use it to set different personal goals. And every week I reevaluate these goals. Mark it as successful or unsuccessful. The end goal is to create a mindset patterns and use these patterns to learn new skills and improve the existing skills. Well, this week's odd plan is to go to at least 3 open mics, create a 2-part video on my 10 days meditation experience within 3 weeks, and travel out of town within 5 weeks. Will I be successful in completing all these goals? I guess we'll know in 5 weeks. I hope you found some value in this one-sided conversation and it helped you to build your own process by tapping into brain's default mode so that you can stay peaceful.